What is going on? So this is an interview with an agency owner who had been in the agency space doing SMMA for about 2 years and had never been able to scale more than cracking about like 5 to 8K per month. I think he wasn't able to cross about 6K per month. And then long story short, his name's Chakir, based out of London, and started working inside of my one-on-one mentorship program about just under a year ago now. And he essentially went from being stuck at 6K per month in 8 months, scaling all the way up to about $67,000 per month, with just him, his brother, a VA, a very small team. That's like 60-80% profit margins. And he did all of this while still working part-time as a waiter and only literally just quit his job like the week as of recording this. So this is a really, really cool story. He made some really simple pivots, changed his industry, changed his niche, slightly changed his fulfillment model, did some really kind of counterintuitive, not aggressive, but some counterintuitive tactics to get clients quickly and really supercharge referrals. I think you're going to get a ton of value out of this. We don't talk about much fluffy stuff. We're just kind of uncovering some really practical things of what things you can implement right now to change the trajectory of your agency. So if you've been in this space for a while, or if you're just starting out, this is going to give you a lot of shortcuts that you can take away, that you can implement to scale. This is a really, really great case study, being stuck at 6K for that period of time, and then going from changing niche, essentially starting a new business from scratch, going all the way to $67,000 per month in a span of 8 months is quite insane. So enjoy, get the pen and paper out, close down your tabs, tune into this one. There's a lot of really good takeaways. Enjoy. All right, we are live. Awesome, guys. So welcome, Chakir, to, this is not a podcast or anything. We're just doing a random interview. But Shakir's with Junior Media. You guys focus just on the roofing niche, and recently, not super recently, but sitting steady at around 35K pounds, which is around like 67, 68K Australian with the agency, which is super, super awesome numbers. And I feel like you have been one of those guys in the program that kind of came in and then kind of just disappeared for a while and never really hear from you, like just one of those guys in the background, and then we'll just pop up later and be like, oh, making an extra 10K a month now, oh, and doing another 10K a month, and oh yeah, we're scaling, everything's good. And so it's good that we've finally gotten to kind of circle back, connect, see how things have been going, see what's been working. But yeah, appreciate your time jumping on and hopefully dropping some wisdom for the other agency owners out there.
Yeah, thank you, Leon, for having me here, and appreciate your help with everything. So yeah, when I started with you, I was doing, right now I'm in the home improvement niche. So we work with all the, let's say, home contractors from kitchen, bathroom, roofing, decking, all the kind of famous trades. Even in Australia, we have as well client in Australia, by the way. I forgot to tell you.
Nice.
So yeah, we have like 2 or 3 clients there doing like paving, like road repairs, surfacing, and stuff. And yeah, when I came in, I was doing like as well like you. I was having like a real estate market agency.
Yeah.
But as you remember, I wasn't able to scale in the UK.
Yeah.
For the market gap, because they didn't make as much money as in Australia or in the United States, the agents here in the UK.
Yeah.
So after having a chat with you, you kind of, let's say, clear my mind, saying to me, let's do another niche. And what niche we were looking for, I said, like, let's do something close to me, home improvement. And then since then, I never looked back. And let's say after 7-8 months of scaling, working hard, and getting appointments, closing deals, now I'm at like 30-35K a month pounds.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy. Like because changing from a different niche is essentially, like, as you would know, like changing pretty much like an entirely new business, and be able to get that in 8 months, like, is insane. Like, congrats. Like, that's actually a really, really good milestone.
I appreciate it, man. Yeah, because I think because I've been in the real estate niche, because my maximum, let's say, revenue in the real estate here in the UK niche was like 5-7K maximum, like £7,000.
Yeah.
But then I wasn't able to scale because you cannot charge more, and then you have to wait at least 3-4 months to kind of get them to see them like, okay, you sold the property, you can make money back. And even though when they sold the property, it's not enough money to kind of cover the expense of the advertising and your fee. So I said, like, you know what? I know the skill. I've been in the game for, let's say, 3 years right now, or even more. Like, let's say 3 years. The first day I bought the first course, and I said, okay, I know the skill. I know how to advertise. I know how to sell. So let's change the niche and let's see how it goes.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. And kind of going back to like start of the agency journey before transitioning into home improvement niche, like can you just like give a quick backstory of how you got into the agency space in the first place and why you ended up like settling on the agency business model over, all the other online business models out there?
Yeah, so absolutely. So very simply, like, it was like during COVID, you were like at home doing nothing. So you kind of entering this kind of race of like the online space on YouTube,
Yeah.
seeing, YouTubers making money. Some people were making money from drop shipping, some people from trading, some people with, SMMA or whatever. But I don't know why SMA clicked with me. I was like, okay, this is like a real business, You have
Yeah.
employees, you can have someone, people they pay you every month. So it's like, stable, you can scale, and then actually you selling something that actually help them,
Yeah.
You can see, okay, they can see the return of investment. You actually, it's like, you growing their company, the revenue. You're getting them more sales, you're helping them to close them in the case as well. And now as well, we see agencies doing as well appointment setting. So that's why it clicked with me. I thought, okay, maybe it's something that can go with me. Looks like I can do it. And because on YouTube looks like super easy. That's the
Yeah.
thing.
But it's
People
not.
were like when you see like, okay, I can do it. Like, yeah, I have to do 10 cold call. I'll book an appointment. Then 5 appointments, you close the deal. Then yeah, I will like, I will offer something. And then, but it's not like that. But when you see on YouTube, like you see people making like, I don't know, 60K in a month. Then you understand it's like, okay, they spend 25,000 on ads and then they make 60K.
Yeah.
So then I understand, like, okay, now how they do it. But like at the beginning it was like, okay, it's easy. I can do it in 3 months and then everything. But then you start to realize, okay, you need to work much, much more harder. You have to change your identity, your limit beliefs. And then after slowly, slowly you start to improve, and know more about the marketing and the research.
Yeah, 100%. I think like in the early days, you almost need that. You need to be a little bit naive. Like if you knew how hard it was, then you wouldn't be as optimistic
I
about.
will never start again.
Yeah. Yeah,
I will never
exactly.
start again agency if I will be back. If I knew it was that hard,
Yeah.
people complaining every day, like calling you why this, why that, clients, staff members, and it's quite hard and stressful,
Yeah, 100%. But like one of the things that I like about the agency model as well is that there's so many like you said, I think it's a good example of how you're able to make that pivot and then scale the agency really well. Is that like along the way we learn so many really valuable skills that can be translated across to pretty much any business model. Like, yeah, you know how to advertise, you know how to run paid ads, you know how to deal with clients, you know how to handle customer support, you know how to sell, know how to prospect. Like, even if if anything happens to the agency space at the end of the day, like that those skills can be translated across to pretty much any business model, which is such a valuable thing.
Yeah, that's why it clicked with me, the agency space, because at the end, you know how to kind of, you have to set appointments for yourself. So you need like to get the sales. Then you have to close them. Then on top of that, you have like to kind of deliver what you promise. And on top of that, you have to keep maintaining the clients. So
Yeah.
it's like 5 skills, very important. And then, time management and stuff, when you scale a lot, you have a lot of clients and everything. And then you start to learn like how to kind of deliver some tasks to other people. So that's why it clicked with me, because back in the time I was thinking about trading or drop shipping, so I was like, let me start with the agency. The only thing with the agency in the space, I think, is like they look so easy. They think,
Yes.
okay, you start 1 month, you make money. Very easy. You download a Google Sheet with the people names, and then you call them, you book an up, you close them. But it's not like that.
No, not at all. I think the agency business model, like for beginners anyway, it's easier to get like your first like 8 to 12K per month online, but to make it like a proper real business that is doing at least multi 5 figures a month and making like significantly more in profit than a full-time good job, that's like a different a different level of the business, and that's like a different threshold. Whereas like drop shipping and like some of these other business models, it's harder to get profitable in the short term, but like once you crack it, you can scale it really really quickly. If you get like a winning product or something like that, you can scale a lot more quickly than you can with an agency, because you got to grow a team, you've got to scale client acquisition, you got to do grow a sales team, got to do more, like there's a lot more moving pieces. So that's
Yeah, absolutely.
yeah, that's a really, really good point. Now, I assume that when you made the transition from real estate to home improvements, that it wasn't just like smooth sailing and everything just it came easily from there. Can you kind of walk us through the transition from like once you switched up your offer, once you switched up your niche? How did you start from scratch, and how did you start going about getting clients when you were transitioning to a completely new niche? No case studies, no proof of concept, no previous results. What was that like, and how did you make that pivot?
I think another mistake I made, and I think a lot of people they make is like, you go on YouTube and then you see an interview, for example, yeah, like with a lot of your clients, is an example, yeah.
Yeah.
Like they say like real estate agency, they made like 40, 50K a month. So you think, okay, real estate is the niche. But in reality, it's not like that. I think real estate and dentist and, is the most competitive, Doesn't mean there is no more on it. It's just the most competitive, So you have to change, you have to have a lot of marketing assets. So you need to be there at least for a long time. And I think you need to be as well targeting the right market, like Australia or US,
Yeah.
But for me, I would say if I come back, I will do like a better market research with something that I know, okay, there's not a lot of competition. Maybe there's like one or two agencies like doing 7, 8 figures. So I can do the same and copy them or whatever. And then from them finding the right niche where, makes sense. If they spend, let's say, 2, 3 grand a month with you, they can make like 30, 40, 50K straight away.
Yeah.
So it's easy to sell as well, to show them like, look, if you spend 3K with me, as an example, yeah, you can make, I don't know, the first month like 30K revenue wise. Okay, let's do it. It's more sense to close them for the first month and keep going. But yeah, how I started is, let's say, very simply, like I did with real estate, cold calls, a lot of them, like, because I think real estate niche like trained me a lot because I was doing like, I don't know, 50 to 100 cold calls to book appointment from my real estate agencies. Then you start to realize, okay, it's a numbers game. If I do like 25 cold calls, I have one booked appointment, so I need to do like 100, so I have 5. On these 5, 3 they will never like turn on to the appointment, so just 2. So it's like you do 100 cold calls a day, and then you start to realize, okay, at this time these people pick up, like I don't know, lunchtime or evening when they come back from home, or in the morning very early. So I started like a lot of cold calls, a lot. And then I started to do one of your strategies that like helped me a lot, I think, is the SMS to Loom.
Yeah.
I never did. It's expensive if you do like a lot of SMS, because you're doing like thousands, to get like more people. And then work me a lot, You send a message, they say yes, no, you kind of reply, you send them a Loom, they're interested, you have a chat, and this. And then the first thing is like I said, because these people in the home improvement, they have like kind of trust issue. They don't want to spend money if someone doesn't have any kind of, let's say, proof or marketing asset. So what I did is like, okay, I said like, let me put my, where my mouth is, my money. So I said, okay, I'll do the ads for you with my money. You don't pay me anything. The only thing I will ask you, just give me a testimonial. And if everything goes well, you start to pay me for the next month. So that's what I did, like for the first like 3 to 10 clients.
Yeah, wow. Yeah, I think that's something that so many people aren't willing to do, and that probably would have been a big key that allowed you to get your foot in the door and get your first.
Yeah, game it. Because then when they see, okay, this guy is willing to kind of show me, because at the end of the day, you just need them to show them 1 week of like advertising, and then you get some leads, and maybe when you start to know how to deliver everything in 1 week, they can see, okay, some good leads, some bad, but they can see something. Then they say, okay, let's spend more, and then they start to pay you.
Yeah.
But I think the beginning is like you have to show them like, you're gonna help them, scamming them because they've been scammed in the past, or it's working because they never like heard about like Facebook advertising, or because they've been just doing Google and some online providers, local magazine. So that's why I did like for my first 3 to 10 clients. And every time I was getting a client, I was saying like, that's like was my strategy, I was like saying, I'll work for free for you. I'll pay the ads for only one reason. If you send me after 3, 4 referrals, they will pay. That's what I was doing. I worked like with 10 people for free, paying from my pocket. So I was like £25 a day for all of them. Then as soon as someone like close the job, I will ask him, look, now I'll stop it, start to pay me. And on top of that, if you can refer me to other 3, 4 people. And that's why I start to get my foot in the door.
Yeah, that's a really, really good strategy. I feel like that's a good example of, one thing that people say all the time, like, what's going to get you to 10, 20K a month isn't what's going to get you to 20, 50K a month. I think so many agency owners are like hold back from doing things that don't seem scalable. And then because you feel like you can't do it long term, when there's so many strategies that work really well that they're not scalable, but they just get you to the next steps. Like you're obviously not going to be cold calling forever. You're not going to be sending looms forever. I definitely don't want to be doing free trials or paying for people's ad spend forever, but that's what gets your foot in the door. And that's what gets you those first clients and first bits of momentum. And like, I still recommend people doing cold calls to in-person meetings. Cause like when you're just starting out, because that's how I got started, and it just stacks the odds in your favor and allows you to get more people across the line. So yeah, that's super interesting. And how did it like, were you able to get results pretty quickly for clients because you already had experience with paid ads and lead gen and knew how to put together a lead gen campaign, or was there a bit of trial and error for figuring out a winning strategy for getting clients results?
So basically, I had some experience with advertising. So at the end of the day, what I suggest to everyone before like doing anything, you can go on ad library on Facebook or TikTok as well. You go on ad library and you can find all your competitors, what they're doing. You can even find me or find you as well.
Yeah.
Because then when you start, like, my goal was like every day in the night, I was like every day I would go on Facebook, ad library, and see what my competitor are doing. So when I started to see, okay, this guy has more than one client, because at the end of the day, lead generation is just a copy and paste.
Yeah.
Like on that, it's like a copy and paste for everyone. You can see some trace of like the copy is the same on different need, but it's always copy and paste. Maybe afterwards they have a different service what they do. Every agency is different, but the ad itself is a copy and paste. So when you start to see, okay, every day the same ad, and different people say, okay, this guy is an agency. So you start to learn, okay, why is doing this, why this copy, why the first line. And I was kind of every day doing market research on the home improvement niche because I was new on it. But at the beginning it was hard. Was like, yeah, the basic, attention, and then looking for 50 homeowners, but didn't work out. So at the beginning was like a lot of try and error. Then one day I said like, okay, let me write a copy, and then worked out. After the first week, the guy closed like 2 big jobs. So, okay, this is the copy. Then I understand, okay, it's not what I think is working, but it's what the consumer is looking in my company, we don't think that, like, we think, okay, this work attention because we learn from a course, but it's not like that. Because some homeowners, in my case, they look in something in a certain area in a roofing company or in a kitchen and bathroom company. So you start to kind of do the copy, the long copy and stuff. And then when I start to click, and then I say, okay, this copy works, this is image work, and then I start to scale like a crazy guy. I start to work, I start to get more people for free because I know it's working.
Yeah.
So I start to get, and then I was like at a level when I was doing like in April, 10K a month, profit.
Yeah.
Because I offer for free, then they pay me, then because I was willing to kind of, before I getting a client, I was willing to put my money and to show them, look, I know what I'm doing. You just need to trust me. And I was like giving like 3 day or like 1 week maybe maximum, where I put my own money on ads. Because at the end of the day, it's like £25 or £30, a day. Times 7 is like £200. Worst case scenario, you learn something. Best case scenario, you close a client for 1K.
It's very true. And I think a big lesson that I learned as I like hit different revenue milestones in my agency, and what holds a lot of people back, is you undervalue the true cost of client acquisition, because you start out doing it all yourself with your own time, and then you don't value your time. And as you're trying to scale more aggressively, you realize, like you said, you see case studies of people doing 60K a month, but they're spending 25K on ads. And it's all at scale. It's always more expensive to get clients than you really think. And if you do the numbers of, let's say it costs you $100 to get a quality sales call booked on the calendar, you have a 20% close rate, you need to book 5 of those, that's $500. You have a 70% show up rate, so you actually need to book 8 calls. So that's closer to, $700-800. So, that starts to add up to close to, $600-800. I'm talking like Australian dollars, so maybe like $400 to $500 USD to get a client in the door, and then you've got to pay, if you had a sales rep, that's another 10%. If you had an appointment setter, that's another 6%. So once you start doing the numbers, it can get easily up to like, $1,000, $1,100 true cost of customer acquisition. And so, doing things like that, where you're paying for someone else's ad spend to get them in the door, if you've got a good conversion process on the back end, like makes a lot of sense. But I think that's one of the biggest mindset shifts that I went through in the agency is, just having the balls to spend more on paid ads to acquire customers, or just knowing, or just putting more money out there, and it's typical, just more risk, more reward. I think like the more confident that you get in your service delivery, in your strategies, in your business, then you end up just getting more confident spending more money, whether it's hiring a team member, whether it's spending more money on ads. And that's usually when like the next levels of scale are unlocked in the business. Yeah.
Absolutely, man. I agree with you. The thing is, like, for the ads, I think, like, another thing I would suggest to people, just start running ads, because everyone say like, no, until 10K, just start running ads. Because everyone like, no, until you reach 10K, bro, you don't know if you're gonna reach or not. So you want to like, because I think in business, speed is like the most important thing. Because if I will be back in time again, anyway, people think you need an interview or a case study, or like that's like my stop limiting me. Like I need an interview before I do ads. But reality, you just need an image with an offer, a headline, people they click and they leave the details.
Yeah. You don't even you don't even need a funnel to get started. You can just do a still image ad and a lead form and just start calling people. Like, yeah.
And you find people interested, so at least you can know, okay, because at least you can have some appointments. You can start to know, okay, what this guy they're looking for, what's my offer is good or not. If I can close some free trials, because at the end, let's say you spend £1,000, yeah. Let's say we start from scratch, and I offer just free trials. Let's say I close 3 clients the first month. The second month is like £1,000 again. I close another 3, so it's like 6. On these 6, maybe I will have like 2 paying clients. You made like £2,000, and you have as well 2 interviews as well.
Yeah.
So it's quite good. I would pay £2,000 for having like 2 interviews right now.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I think
they make so much money.
Yeah, I think one of the things that I wish I started doing way earlier in my agency was putting more effort into creating social proof. Because I feel like when you're in the early stages of the business, you don't have, I don't know, for me anyway, like I just didn't have the confidence to ask for it. And I was like, and I only felt like I could justify asking for a video testimonial if it was like some crazy case study. Whereas there's so many different forms of social proof that you can farm, whether or not it's, like a snippet from one of your monthly check-in calls where the client said something positive and you just like edit that out and then get their permission to use that in an ad. Or if it's just like a screenshot of a positive message they sent through in WhatsApp or an email, or just like little things like that you can stack up and add on to a funnel, and that all improves conversion rates insane amounts.
Yeah, I think because let's be honest, the only difference between you, me, and someone else is just someone else saying that Chakir is doing what is good, doing what he's doing. That's it.
Yeah.
But if I'm someone looking to buying your product, your service, if I'm seeing someone other guys in the same let's say niche or whatever, trades or whatever, saying this guy is legit, I'm more likely happy to buy with you. And you're gonna like, it's more easier the sales, for you.
No, 100%. I remember I saw one of Hermosi's tweets like just yesterday. I don't want to waste time trying to find it. Oh yeah, so it's everyone can make the same promise, but no one can have the same proof. Like I feel like that's a good that sums that up perfectly. Where it's true, like at the end, because especially how the game's played out right now, where people like Hermosi, people like Cole Gordon, and everyone teaching, the guarantee based strategies. It's like anyone can make up a guarantee that sounds fancy and is a bold claim, but not everyone can have the same amount of proof that you can actually do what you say you can do. So I think one of the most valuable things that you can focus on before 10, 20, 30K per month is just get as much social proof as possible, because that's like the most valuable thing in your business, especially local business as well, because like local business owners are so like there's kind of like a stigma with the online space that there's like just a lack of trust there, because there's so many bad actors and so many scammers, and local business owners are only used to really doing business with other local people that they can meet in person.
Yes,
it's definitely a lot of built up resistance for trust and belief there. So yeah, that's a really good
100%.
Yeah, cool, man. What was I gonna ask next? So when was it when you made the transition from like doing the free trial strategy to scaling with like your own paid ads and like building out a client acquisition funnel? How long did you transition into that?
Very like straight away. As I said to you, as soon I got like what I did, the first like ads I did for myself is like headline,
Yeah.
a screenshot of one of my clients saying I closed this job
Yeah.
for like 20K is an example. I had a lot of, because every day I was asking my client, how was the lead? How was the lead? How was the lead?
Yeah.
Then they close it. I can ask them, can you ask me, can you send me the picture so I can publish it on your Facebook or whatever? Then
Yeah.
ask how much you it for? 20 grand. Okay,
Yeah.
screenshot. I put in the ad and I run that ads for like over 3-4 months, something like that.
Yeah.
And lead form or funnel, and then for like kind of having more social proof, I was saying to the guy that coming from my calls, I was saying, look, I can give you the number of the guy on the screenshot. And I asked the guy, can I give you the number to other people? He said, yeah, no problem. I will help you out. That's what I did.
Yeah.
So ask, like giving reference, what I'm saying is true. You can ask the guy. Then after slow, let's start to get interviews. Now I have at least 10, 15 interviews. Then now I'm getting more and more and more. And then you just need to pour more money on the ads and you kind of scale. Because right now, a lot of my business come from referral.
Yeah.
Like in this, like July, I close, if I'm not wrong, two clients per day.
Yeah. That's
And
crazy.
I'm not spending even a lot on ads. Like 20, I'm spending like, I don't know, £70 a day on ads.
Yeah.
But the rest is coming just from referral. Like
Yeah.
everyone referring me. This guy, go with him. And that's what I'm looking for. Referral is more powerful than the ads, itself. Because then
Yeah.
the referral knows someone else, they refer you to someone else. It's like a chain. And then of course you give like some bonus of referral. If you refer me to someone, I'll offer you like, I don't know, maybe 1 week is on me, maybe a £200 discount or whatever, just to kind of, they think, okay, the guy cares about me. So that's what I'm looking for as well.
Yeah. No, that's really, and yeah, do you have like a referral program that you send out to your clients so that they know how to refer you, or you just kind of let it happen naturally?
I think my thing is like I ask every like 3 days my clients how it's going. Then when I see the guy that is closing job is doing well, is quite happy, I'll ask him straight away. Do you mind if you refer me to someone else? Very straight, because I realize like in business, in your mind it's like no, I cannot ask him to straight this for an interview, but at the end of the day, you don't care.
Yeah.
They want to just help you. You want to help them. They don't care. You just have like take the shot. Just ask. Worst
Yeah.
case scenario, we say no.
Yeah. Exactly. There's literally
That's it.
nothing to
Just take
lose.
the shot. Ask, do you know anyone? They will say yes, more than happy to work with them. They say no, thank you very much. Still working with you.
Yeah. That's awesome. And what's the main thing that you're focusing on right now? Like what's your, at this stage of the business, what do you feel like are your kind of main bottlenecks and challenges that you're working on at the moment?
I think right now we kind of let's say the acquisition we have it like in place right now. Obviously, we want to scale more. The only thing from right now is like we're having so many clients, and it's just me and my brother and one VA. So it's now maintaining them.
Yeah.
And another thing before everything, I just like left my job as well. So next week will be like, so I was working while I'm doing this, by the way.
Yeah. Wow. And what
So
was
I
your
was like,
what was your job for? Were you doing full
so
time?
yeah, I was like a full-time waiter. Then I changed to like part-time, then just weekends.
Yeah, cool. So you're
Oh, and my brother
working
is
at a
still,
restaurant while making like 40
yeah,
something, 30 something K pounds a month. And
yeah.
that's pretty
Yeah,
crazy.
just like this is like this weekend is like last week. I gave the notice and everything, so I'm leaving the place. And my brother is still working as well. Next month we will leave as well. He's
Yeah.
working in the construction trades, so like plumber and stuff. And he's working 9 to 5, and he's helping me in the night time to kind of onboarding clients, doing some ads and everything. So
Yeah.
I did everything while I was working.
Yeah. That's crazy. You've been hustling.
Yeah, I think it's a trick, I'll be honest with you, because I don't understand all this, like, no offense to everyone, to all these all American people and Australian as well. I think you have a good economy. It's not like you're from France or Spain where there's like no job and everything, or Italy as well.
Yeah.
But I think having a part-time work where you can put everything in your business is like, is a trick, It's like, I mean, like you have a part-time job, you live with your parents, I don't know everyone, but you live with your parents or whatever, and you have a part-time job. You gain, I don't know, 1K, 1K and a half, you can put all in the ads. So I think it's a trick, kind of
Yeah.
win.
No, it's very true. I think it's a good perspective because I think you're right. Like people, especially in Australia, like I think, and in the US, people have too much pride for like
Yeah, I don't get it. Like,
Yeah, it's like they
My
would.
friend, anyway,
Yeah,
you wanna make money or not? That's the thing, you know. Can I make money or you gonna make it or not? So that's the thing. For me, it was like, okay, I wanna make it, I'll do everything. If someone asks me to clean dishes for 1 million, I'll do it. I don't mind.
yeah, yeah. So
So
just
that's what I think is the trick, you know. Working part-time, all the money you make, whatever you make or whatever, if you live for parents, even better. Uh, just put everything in the business on us and you start to learn. And I guarantee you, after 1 year, you're gonna make more money than me because all the money you put them in the business.
yeah, because it's very hard to get momentum with a business if it has to be profitable in the short term, because that's when it's the hardest. Like that's when you've got the least amount of experience, and it's most likely not going to be profitable. So having some kind of income in the background where you know that your bills are covered, you've got at least your basic expenses covered, then obviously it's a lot less risky. And like the good thing about these business models is that they're already not very risky. Like we've got
Yeah,
very little
low
overhead.
entry.
Yeah,
Yeah, low entry level, you know. And the only difference between me and you is like who has more appointments, who has more sales every day, and who close the most, you know. So you need to have more appointments. And one of the ways is like advertising or more cold call or whatever, you know, the outreach you do. So that's why I don't like every time I see some American guys or whatever, like, bro, you're 18, just go to work and put more money on the pool. Like, you're in America. If you're telling me you cannot work in a McDonald's in America, it's like crazy, you know.
yeah,
No, I've been in Europe. I lived in Europe, and Europe is completely different from Australia, US, and everything. You have, and even UK. And I live in UK, you know, so now in London. So it's
yeah,
completely different. Europe is a completely different story in Europe. So it's not like you don't have the same opportunity of like English countries at
yeah,
all. Like you cannot work having like for example as a part time. I don't know here in even in Australia they pay well. I think as a waiter or whatever, you
yeah,
can make like $50,000 to $2,000. Is a lot of money for three
yeah,
days, 4 days
yeah. No, it's
and
very,
have to spend on
very
the
true.
business. Imagine every month pouring 1K every month on
Yeah,
an SMA on ads. 100% you will reach like I don't know something. You will do something. I don't know how much you're gonna buy. You will do
yeah.
something.
You could scale
Better
by
than,
accident, just
yeah.
it'd be hard not
At
to.
least you're learning. You kind of getting more stuff done and everything. But at least you put in your own money. But I don't know why people I see, even like in different coaching calls and other courses, like no, I don't work. I'm just waiting to 100 emails. Go work as a part time anyway, and then put the money on the business. It's like I think the simplest way to do it right now.
Yeah, no, it's so true. And like, yeah, I think it's so funny because like as agency owners, we're obviously are selling other business owners on getting clients through paid ads,
It
and
does.
we're scared to do it we're scared to do it for ourselves. And I think that's such a testament to like the average person that gets into the agency space. It's just like the fear of losing money, and it's like the definition of putting your money where your mouth is. It's like you're going out there trying to convince other business owners to spend money, and you're going to control that to grow their business, but you're scared to do it for yourself. And I think that builds a lot of confidence once you've done it for yourself and you've reaped the rewards of it, and then you've got a lot more conviction in selling that as a service to other business owners. Because I think that so many newer agency owners, like one of the biggest reasons they don't scale is they're not confident, they don't actually believe in the thing that they're doing in the first place.
Yeah, because it's a numbers game, as you know better than me. It's not like something magic, you know. It's numbers game. Once you know how to deliver the service, is like how many appointments you have every month and how many eyeballs you have on your service. So
Yeah,
more people know what you do, more money will make. It's very simple.
yeah,
And one of the ways and the best way, the simplest way is paid ads. You know,
yeah,
getting in front of them, paying to get in front of them. So that's what I'm recommending to everyone, you know. Go work, put some money on your business. That's the thing.
yeah. And have you like only ever done like Meta, Facebook, and Instagram ads for client acquisition? Have you tried doing any YouTube ads or TikTok ads or Google ads yet?
No, not yet, I'll be honest, but I'm looking maybe in the future when we're gonna reach like 100K a month and everything to kind
Yeah,
of add something as a retargeting, you know. So let's say you do Facebook and Instagram and then some retargeting ads, or I don't know, Google ads as well is good for retargeting.
yeah,
So that's maybe my plan in the future as well. Or
yeah,
when you work with a company, because some companies they make a lot of money in the construction niche, you know, like
yeah.
millions and millions and millions. So
Oh yeah,
maybe they're willing to spend even 20, 30K a month.
yeah. No, 100%. Yeah. You said like you would be looking to expand, like doing Google ads for your clients or like for your own client acquisition as well.
For my clients, for my
Yeah,
client acquisition, I think Facebook and Instagram is quite good. Like
yeah,
right now for me, like they can see your face, they can see another guy talking in an interview like right now,
yeah,
and they listen to it. They come, they say, okay, I'm interested, tell me the price. You kind of handle the objection, and then if they're happy to go with you, if not, try again.
Yeah. I've heard, like, from some of the masterminds that I've been in, I've heard that Facebook and Instagram for paid ads is still best for B2B client acquisition. But if you're doing like more of a B2C, like mass market type offer, like, I don't know, like beginner courses or different biz ops and things like that,
YouTube,
YouTube works a lot better for that. Or anything that just has like a much broader audience. Obviously, like, you know, people that own home service businesses is like relatively niche. Same with real estate's a little bit bigger, but like I've tried it even for myself, my own businesses, and tried ads on YouTube versus Facebook and Instagram, and Facebook and Instagram always crushes it still.
Yeah, it's good though, because at the end of the day, it depends who you're targeting, you know. So where is your audience most of the time? And usually it's like always scrolling on Facebook or Instagram or TikTok. I think even TikTok is quite good as well.
Yeah.
Because everyone is there, you know. So you can find something as well.
100%. Awesome, man. Well, we've covered a good amount of topics. Is there any like final kind of golden nuggets or just like tidbits or pieces of advice if you had to kind of leave some wisdom for some newer agency owners that are maybe stuck below like 20K USD a month, of some things that you'd recommend them focus on or stop doing or start doing sooner rather than later?
What I can say is for the people just starting out, it's like just stick with it. Don't change model. Just stick with SMMA. It's worth it after 3 years. Like after 3 years, I think people, another thing is like people, they don't give themselves a good time to kind of think, okay, this stuff works for me or doesn't work, you know?
Yeah.
Because a lot of people, they see on YouTube, like, you know, okay, after 2 months you can make 60K, but it's not possible, you know? So I think if, like I did, I gave myself, okay, in 3 years, I want to achieve this. I didn't say myself, okay, in 1 month, I want to make 10K, you know?
Yeah.
I want to do 3 years. If I can do it, more than happy. If not, I'll try something else. And as you can see now, I'm the end of the 3 years, and as you can see, it's working quite well. So just stick with it, and don't change the niche or change it. Depends on you. Just depends on your gut, because I did change it, so
Yeah.
depends on you.
Yeah.
And yeah,
change it if it's not working for a while.
Yeah, I mean that's one thing. Because everyone before I said like, don't change the niche, don't do it. Like it's like at the end of the day, it's like I'm gonna run my agency. So I was feeling it, you know. My gut was saying like, let's change it, because if I stay in the real estate, I will be always under the 10K a month, you know. As soon as I changed it, was hard at the beginning, very, very hard for the home improvement space. But now it's much easier than ever, you know. I have everyday clients calling me to get some stuff, like they're looking for my services. And you know, the only thing right now I'm focusing is like the churn, so maintaining them. And when I kind of solve that problem, I think I will be in a quite happy place.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. Cool. I think that's a good spot to wrap it up. Hope you guys watching got some value, got some tips out of there. And that's all. Peace.